Hello and welcome to today's video. Buckle up, because we're about to take you on a whirlwind journey around the world to discover some of the strangest, most unbelievable laws ever created. These rules range from oddly specific to downright bizarre, and they might make you scratch your head, laugh, or even question how they came to be. But hey, every country has its quirks, right? Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future adventures into the weird and wonderful. Ready? Let's get started. Let's begin in Rome, Italy, a city known for its ancient history, art, and apparently some very strict rules about where you can sit. If you're planning a trip to the Eternal City, be sure to stay off the Spanish Steps. Yes, it's illegal to sit on these iconic stairs. This law was introduced to protect the historic landmark from damage and dirt, as millions of tourists pass through every year. Violating this rule could result in a hefty fine. So if you're looking for a spot to enjoy your gelato, maybe find a bench nearby instead. Next, we're flying over to Singapore, where cleanliness isn't just encouraged, it's the law. In 1992, the government made it illegal to import, sell, or chew gum. Why such a strict measure? Well, officials were tired of gum being stuck under seats, on sidewalks, and in key public areas, causing damage and increasing maintenance costs. The ban has been so effective that Singapore's streets are now famously spotless. There are a few exceptions, such as medical gum for nicotine replacement, but you'll need a doctor's prescription to get it. So if you're planning a trip to Singapore, leave the bubble gum at home. Now let's head up to Scotland, where hospitality takes on a whole new meaning. Did you know that you are legally required to let someone use your bathroom if they knock on your door and ask? This quirky law stems from a tradition of extreme kindness and openness toward strangers. While it's unclear how often this law is enforced today, it's a fun reflection of Scottish values. Imagine knocking on a stranger's door and being welcomed in with a smile and access to their loo. How's that for old-school hospitality? Moving on to Thailand, we find a law that's rooted in deep cultural respect. In this Southeast Asian nation, stepping on a banknote is considered a serious offense. Thai currency features the image of the king, and any act that disrespects him, even unintentionally, can result in fines or imprisonment. This might seem excessive to outsiders, but it highlights the reverence Thai people have for their monarchy. So if you drop a bill, be careful how you pick it up. It's best to avoid using your foot altogether. Germany has a reputation for efficiency and order, and that extends to its traffic laws. Did you know that running out of fuel on the Autobahn is actually illegal? This rule exists to prevent unnecessary disruptions on one of the fastest highway systems in the world. If your car breaks down because you didn't plan ahead, you could be fined. It's a good reminder to always check your fuel gauge before hitting the road in Germany, especially on a route where stopping isn't an option. In Canada's province of Quebec, language is taken very seriously. Here, it's illegal to sell products that don't have French labeling. This law, known as Bill 101, was created to preserve the French language and culture in a predominantly English-speaking continent. For businesses, this means translating everything, from packaging to advertisements, into French. It's a bit of a hassle for companies, but for locals, it's a point of pride. If you're ever shopping in Quebec, take a moment to appreciate the effort that goes into maintaining this linguistic balance. Australia has its fair share of quirky laws, but one of the strangest involves livestock. In some regions, it's illegal to bring goats or chickens into the city center after midnight. This rule dates back to when towns were smaller, and farm animals were a more common sight. The law aimed to keep streets quiet and orderly during the night. While it might not be as relevant today, it's still technically on the books. So, if you're traveling with your feathered or four-legged friends, plan accordingly. In Oklahoma, USA, there's a law that prohibits allowing a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. Yes, you heard that right. This bizarre rule has a surprising backstory. In the 1920s, a rancher's donkey frequently napped in a bathtub. When a flood swept through the area, rescuing the donkey became a massive ordeal for local authorities. To prevent similar chaos, the law was enacted. It's a quirky piece of history that remains a source of amusement for anyone who hears about it. Meanwhile, in England, the royal family's influence extends to the smallest details, like how you handle a postage stamp. It's considered an act of treason to place a stamp bearing the Queen's image upside down on an envelope. This peculiar law underscores the deep respect for the monarchy, even in something as mundane as sending mail. So, next time you're posting a letter in the UK, double-check your stamp placement. Finally, we end our journey in Japan, where respect for others is paramount, even in water fights. It's illegal to use a water gun to spray someone as a prank. This law reflects the cultural emphasis on boundaries and personal space. While it might seem overly strict to outsiders, it's part of Japan's commitment to maintaining harmony in all interactions. So there you have it, 10 of the world's strangest laws. Which one surprised you the most? Have you ever encountered a bizarre law on your travels? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know about our next adventure into the weird, wild, and wonderful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.